Just a little bit about the University of Liverpool. If you're not already familiar with it, we're the Russell Group University in the city. That means we're a research-led institution. We're the original red brick, the Victoria building at the top of the city. The red brick Victoria building is where the phrase red brick university came from. We've got a campus that's just opened in London. We're the first university to set up a partnership and a campus in China. We've got around 25,000 students studying for our degrees online. So we've got quite a global attitude to higher education. We've got 30,000 students on campus, 9 Nobel laureates, and we're renowned for the funding that we offer to drive the widening participation agenda. In terms of us thinking about what we offer the world, we believe that our research, the fact that we're research-led delivers a very high-quality education for the undergraduate student, and yet, as well as being research-led, we're inclusive. So we strive to open access to higher education to as broad an audience as possible, and we're renowned in the sector, I think, for that. We've got award-winning careers and employability, increasingly important as the cost of higher education grows, and we sell Liverpool, which is a gift. We're not the University of Luton. Liverpool is a very attractive place for the markets that we're interested in attracting to the university. So when Nick asked me to come and talk to you this afternoon, I was trying to find the parallels between the situation that the social care sector is in and where the university sector has come from. You're probably all familiar with the fact that undergraduate fees have gone from 1,000 to 3,000 to 9,000 relatively quickly. And money follows the student, okay? So government funding follows the student. Now, it's not to say that there's never been marketing in universities before this change in 2012. There's always been competition for students. So it's not new, but it is now ratcheted up. It's a very high focus of all British universities because the money follows the student. Regulatory controls are loosening, particularly this coalition government are trying to bring new providers. Private universities are growing and have got access to the student loan book, which they've never had before. The traditional higher education market of an 18-year-old going to university for 3 years full-time is changing. It's a much more broad expectation in the market of how we're going to deliver education to them. So flexible, online teaching, MOOCs, all this kind of thing is all new and happening to the sector. It's a global competition. All the anti-immigration rhetoric that we're suffering as a country at the moment is having massive impact on the attractiveness of the UK higher education sector. And this is costing UK PLC a lot of money, money that's going to Australia and Canada. So it's a global competition for in the market for students. And there are increased numbers of stakeholders. I've worked in the higher education sector for around 15 years. When I went to my first open day, we were just talking to students predominantly, and now their parents are coming. We've even had grandparents, we've had dogs come. It's a family day out. So there are lots of stakeholders involved in the decision making. And that's not just because the cost has gone up, but it's because it's a high risk, it's an imperceptible product, higher education. I think that's probably similar to social care. So you can't grab it and show someone it. It's quite imperceptible. It's high risk. So there's lots of people involved in helping you make your decision. So we've got increased competition. We've got a significant emphasis on being more strategic in our marketing activities. We need to be really, really clear as to who we are in the sector. And I had a quick look at some of your breakout sessions that you've already had today, and a lot of it makes a lot of sense to me in the context of what I want to talk to you about this afternoon. I started working in the sector about 10 years ago. Then promotion was the key focus. If you said you worked in marketing, you were the poster guy. The guy did the prospectus. You did the print. You know, if I had £1 for every phone call, which is we need a poster. Because if we could do a poster, these students are just going to come and we're going to get our money. So promotion and seeing marketing as all about the tactic, all about the tool, was really commonplace, I would say, about 10 years ago, particularly in the university that I work in. And if you're new to marketing, your boss is likely to say, if they're not that clued into sort of strategic thinking, they're likely to say, oh, we need a social media policy. We need a website, or we need a YouTube channel. We need some print, we need some billboards. You know, they're immediately going to talk to you about promotion and tactics. They show me something visible 3D that I can get to grips with. And this assumes that the target audience that you're dealing with is passive. All you've got to do is show them something and then they'll just follow it. It assumes that there's a very clear understanding of what it is you're trying to tell them, the products that you're engaged in. It assumes that telling them a feature will sell it for you. So we have a building, it costs £23 million. And you're expecting that to have impact on the audiences that you're dealing with. It's often print-led and it's homogenous, so one size fits all. And this, I think this is where we started in higher education, and particularly in my experience, that everyone wanted to talk to us about promotion. We've then moved into a world where branding is key and everybody needs a brand. Everyone wants to talk about their unique selling points, clarifying, focusing on the message that they're trying to get to the market and driving consistency. And this is a definite improvement to perceiving marketing as solely being about promotion. But it isn't where I think we all need to be, which is marketing as strategy. And when you think in a strategic way about marketing, then you're integrating all your activities. It's not just the purview of the marketing and communications department or the one named individual who's got marketing in their job title. It's everybody's engaged in this process. It's integrated across all activities within the organisation you're operating in. It's needs-based. You understand the audience that you're dealing with. You understand the people that you're trying to talk to, and you understand their need, and you talk to that, rather than understanding your products and expecting everyone to automatically see those as of value to them. So understanding your audience and the needs of those audiences and targeting your activities, your marketing activities at those needs is critical, I think, when considering a strategic approach to any of your activities that you're involved in. Personalise the expectation. Everyone, particularly the audiences that we're dealing with, the 16 to 18-year-old audience that we're looking for the undergraduate market, their expectation is that they're going to get a personal experience. Homogenise, you know, a dear student in a letter. The expectation is we absolutely understand that individual and we're going to deliver a service or a response to them rather than a bland position across all students. Now, the way we got there, and I think we're probably teetering towards this. I don't think we're there yet, but we're teetering towards it. The way we got there is market research. It's absolutely, one takeaway is research is so critical to marketing. And we set up our own marketing research team we used to spend money outsourcing that, but we set up our own team, and we constantly tweak and calibrate our activities with the market through active market research. We've moved the inquiries function in the university as part of the marketing team. So the people who pick up the phone when anyone rings the institution is plugged straight into the people writing the messages for those people calling. So joining up the dots and integrating your services and your activities to facilitate a strategic approach to your communications activity and your marketing activity is pretty pivotal. But I think figuring out a way of engaging with your audience and testing your activities, constantly thinking about your market research again, is something which I believe will help you move from one aspect of marketing as promotion towards a more strategic aspect. This is quite a complicated diagram, but it can be summed up in two words. You need to think about the task that you're engaging in, what you're trying to do, before you think about the tool to deliver that. That's all. That sums up this particular diagram. What are you trying to do? What's the task? Then think about the tool. So again, if you're under pressure to deliver some immediate outputs for your marketing activity, what I would suggest is give more thought to the process leading you to the decision to spend money in a communications context, rather than leaping straight to the communications tools as part of your first thought. So you look at where are you? Where are you in the sector? Where are you and what's the policy environment that you're operating in? What is it that you offer the world? And is it one singular offer to one singular audience or multiple offers to multiple audiences? Work it out, map it out. Once you've done that, work out the messages that you want to use to articulate those products to those particular audiences. So figure out what you want to say to each of the different audiences that you're operating in. Then check that what you're saying is actually in line with what those audiences that you've identified are expecting of you. Calibrate what you're doing with the audiences. Just ask them. And then finally, you can think about web campaigns, YouTube channels, social channels, printing billboards, prospectuses, whatever it is. This is the final thing you think about, preceded by a lot of legwork. And I think that's the one lesson that we've learned in the higher education sector over the past 10 years. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much.